dribbles, body smack to the powerful dunks that defy gravity. Enjoy the frills, thrills, the squeaky bum time and feel the passion of everything sports on Boss Sports. Every weekday from 7:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. Boss Sports on Boss 98.9 FM Owerri.
And it's gone in!
Yo, they call me FaZe and I'm chilling with the bosses on Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri.
I'm a cool headed guy, I don't like a salad.
Good evening, welcome to Boss Sports on Boss Radio 98.9 FM. What I remain your see Sally or Saze, your sports pilot. Update from the Saudi Arabian Professional League has it that Accord lost at home and Gerard's side Al Ittihad were able to get a draw away in the Saudi Arabian Pro League. Juventus are doing everything possible to run around their player after he was actually slammed the sanctions based on investigation carrying out the moment against the possible max fixing. I will give you update on what is happening in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where the first game of the African Football League has already ended, and I will tell you the score. I won't actually let the cat out of the bag, but I will tell you the scores. As it piled out there are the biggest stadium in Tanzania, which happens to be Benjamin Mkapa, of course, a stadium which has a 61 capacity, which is actually national stadium in the capital of Tanzania, known as Dar es Salaam. On this time, we're hitting the cost of the show this evening. Remember, we are live on Facebook at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. What I would really discuss on the show this evening, we are talking about the doping test, the banning of Nigerian athletes. What can we do to actually kind of minimize these scandalous situations that Nigeria have found themselves in terms of doping, banning, and the athletes' inability to get themselves out of doping issues. Well, I have information from the sports ministry, but before I do that, let's actually get into the details of this doping of a thing, because what I have to tell you on the show this evening is all about what really happened to Divine Oduduru, who was slammed with 6 years ban by the Athletics Integrity known as AIO, because according to them he failed doping test, and they actually decided to ban him for 6 years. I want you to follow me closely because I really want to elaborate on this issue pretty well, so that you can have a better understanding of what we're talking about. And when you give us a call, you'll be analyzing extensively on this particular issue. Well, I decided to go back to memory lane. I decided to do research, and I actually came up with something interesting. So follow me, because I'm going to start talking about something that really happened in the past years. Well, after months of apprehension and uncertainties, Blessed Nakamura, of course, became the 6th Nigerian on the active ban list of the Athletics Integrity Unit. Although a first-time offender, but she was actually bound heavily, and it was not really good at all. I decided to take a look at some of the Nigerian athletes that we are banned as a result of this doping issue. I'm beginning with this particular person called Adeloye Tosin. Well, Adeloye Tosin tested positive for the anabolic steroid methanol at the National Sports Festival in Lagos in December 2012 at the age of 16, and was subsequently banned from sports for 2 years. The ban ended on January 6, 2015. Why? One would think that Ekiti State-born athletes and a one-time African junior 400 meters champion would have learned her lesson. She was caught a second time using extraneous steroids. Well, her second offense saw her banned for 8 years, which started in the month of July 2015 and would only elapse on the and elapse on the 23rd of July this year. You can see how I'm actually trying to take you down to the memory lane so you can actually learn a lot and discover why Nigeria as a country has always been caught in the wave and in the mix and in the action of doping issues. Apart from Adeloye Tosin, I decided to move away from that and take a look at another person where Adeloye actually represented Team Nigeria at the 11th All-Africa Games in Brazzaville, Congo, and was part of the gold medal winning team in the 4x400 meters women's relay event. Now, apart from Adeloye Tosin, I decided to take a look at another Nigerian, Azike Henry, the little known sprinter, bagged a life ban after testing positive a second time for NRAAF methanol. His date of infraction was December 5th, 2012, that is 2012. Apart from her, I decided to take a look at another powerful Nigerian shot put athlete. I'm talking about Chukwuemeka Vivian, who actually shot like a million stars during her own active days. Well, before her life ban, anyway, Chukwuemeka wants to put what Blessed Okobara was to the sprints. When you talk about Nigerian big waves in athletic advance, she was actually miles ahead of her counterparts, and especially on the home front, and that explained why she held Nigeria and African records in the event. Well, her 18.43 meters mark set almost 20 years ago has not really been matched by anyone on the continent to date. However, it appeared that those exceptional performances by Vivian Chukwuemeka may have been added with some performance enhancing drugs, though she fought fiercely when she was banned for 2 years after failing a drug test at the 2009 Nigerian Championship. There was no coming back for the towering thrower when she again failed a second drug test for the anabolic steroid stanozole shortly before the Olympic Games in London. Subsequently, she was given a life ban from the competition. Well, among other accomplishments, Vivian Chukwuemeka had a combined 6 gold medals at both the All-African Games and the African Championships. You can see how this Nigerian enterprising short put athlete was actually given a life ban. That is how she actually ended her career. Away from Vivian Chukwuemeka, I decided to take on Gloria Onome. Of course, Natalia Gloria Onome, specializing in the 400 meters hurdles event. The 26-year-old Nigerian represented the country at different competitions, including the 2017 World Championships, where she made it to the semi-finals. Additionally, she won 3 silver medals at the 2017 Islamic Solidarity Games. However, Onome's world came crashing after testing positive for the presence of stanozole and is metabolized on the 25th of October 2018, and on the 2nd of April 2019 a hearing was held and a 4-year ban was imposed on her. Well, the hurdler is only 6 months away from completing her ban, as she's eligible to return to action. Of course she already returned to action because her ban has already elapsed. Now, I looked at another Nigerian, Odele Tega, where the 26-year-old burst into the limelight when he won the 200 meters at the 18th Nigerian National Sports Festival as a 16-year-old person. A year later at the African Junior Championships in Mauritius, he not only missed out on a podium finish in the 200 meters but was well compensated with a gold medal in the 4x100 meters event, though he went on to don the country's colors at the 2015 World Championships in Beijing, China, and thereafter at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics 2016 in Brazil. Odele Tega has been under the radar since failing a drug test in 2019 and would only be eligible to compete. Of course, by the time this month will be ending, he should be able to compete. These are many many Nigerians are of course caught in this particular act. Apart from these particular Nigerians, I decided equally to look at other Nigerians that suffered this doping issue, because I'm taking my time to analyze this. It's worrisome to me. I'm not really happy. It actually portrays the image of this country in a very bad light. And I asked this big question during our morning show, Boss Sports Morning Edition. Why do American government always target Nigerian athletes? And I said, what did Nigerian athletes do to American government? What did Nigerian athletes do to American anti-doping agency? And the sports minister has actually decided to come up with another innovation, which I will come to that after telling you everything you need to know about Nigerians that we are banned in the past due to this doping issue and doping scandal. Well, Osaze decided to take a look at other Nigerians anyway. And for those of you who don't know much about Trauma Ajunwa, how many of you know Trauma Ajunwa? When I actually come across this information, I was surprised. I was like, are you for real? A whole much talked about Trauma Ajunwa was some time ago banned because of doping. Come on, what is wrong with this country? Well, let's move on. Trauma Ajunwa, the first Nigerian to actually secured the gold medal at the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta, and the first black African woman to actually secure an Olympic gold medal in a field event, actually failed to pass a drug test in 1992, and she was eventually banned for 4 years from competing. Did you hear me clearly? She failed to pass a drug test in 1992, and she was eventually banned, for 4 years from competing. That is Trauma Ajunwa for you. And I was really speechless. I was astonished. I was dumbfounded, honestly. Well, let's move on from Trauma Ajunwa and take a look at, of course, we've talked about Tosna Delaney. Let's take a look at Fola Shade Abugan, the 2009 African Junior Athletics Championships gold medalist, was disqualified and banned after failing drug test and testing positive for testosterone hormone in her A sample. Okay, let's look at another powerful Nigerian athlete, Mary Onyali. Hello, Mary Onyali should be a household name when it comes to athletics in Nigeria, on the continent and beyond the shores of the continent. But what happened? Let's take a look at her anyway. Mary Onyali, the first Nigerian to compete in 5 Olympics from 1988 to 2004, was banned for taking what we call ephedrine in 1996. But Onyali, or Mabemi, had since denied taking such substance. Yes, she denied, but she was caught, of course, failing such taking such fact. She, due to the test that was carried out on her sample, of course, provided evidence to prove, of course, that she actually took salt, but she denied and she was banned. Mary Onyali, why? Okay, we'll talk about Vivian Chukwuemeka anyway. Let's look at another Nigerian, Chinazom Doris Amadi. The long jumper was stripped of her 2015 African Games gold medal after failing a drug test for methanol. She was banned for 4 years until 15th September 2019. Wow. Well, Chika Joy Amalaha equally is not really clean, from my own perspective, because this weightlifter tested positive for methanol and it was banned until 2027 by the International Weightlifting Federation. She had previously failed some tests during the 2014 Commonwealth Games and was temporarily banned from continuing the games. She was subsequently handed a 2-year doping ban, which ended in July, on the 25th of July 2016. What a very, very bad record for some Nigerian athletes. Well, we look at Innocent Azonze, the sprinter, together with Francis Obikwalo, Dane Effiong, and Deji Aliyu, won bronze medals in the 4x100 meters relay at the 1999 World Championships in athletics, but the team was later disqualified in the month of August 2005 because this particular Nigerian, Innocent Azonze, failed a doping test in the month of June 1999. Very, very sad, honestly, very sad. Well, we looked at another Nigerian athlete, Olutoyin Augustus, the 100 meters hurdler at the Berlin World Championships. Augustus was subjected to a blood and urine test for the World Anti-Doping Agency, as well. That then her blood sample had no documented negative findings, but her urine sample tested positive for abnormal high levels of testosterone. And Oh my God. She was really banned. Well, let's look at Clement Chukwu. The Eastern Michigan University graduate was banned from 1992 to 1996 for a positive drug test. And then another Nigerian in the picture is Dane Effiong. The 49-year-old former athlete missed the 1995 World Championships in athletics due to a failed drug test at the Nigerian Championships, where he tested positive for methylotestosterone and ephedrine. He actually received 4 years ban from the sport. Now we look at Christy Ekpuhon. Christy Ekpuhon, the sprinter, was found guilty of methanol doping. The sample was delivered on the 17th of February 2008 in an in-competition test in Leipzig. Ekpuhon received a suspension from the month of March 2008 to the month of March 2010. Well, Davidson and Osmond Ezenwa. Wow. This is mind-blowing to me. This is unacceptable. Sincerely speaking, Davidson tested positive for doping twice for ephedrine in February 1996 and together with his twin brother Osmond in 1999. I don't know honestly, Davidson and Usman Ezenwa. How many of you know this particular athletes? You may not really know them, but these are athletes that actually gave Nigeria a good name during their active days. I remember vividly where these athletes were staying. I won't tell you, and I know so much about them. I won't tell you on the show this evening, okay, because I don't have time for that. But when I realized that they were actually caught, in this doping scandal, I was really dumbfounded. Well, let's look at another Nigerian, Cecilia Francis. The 100 meters runner tested positive for the anabolic steroid methanol at the 2013 African Youth Athletics Championships as a 16-year-old. Wow, 16-year-old athletes involving in the enhancement performances drugs. God is quite appalling. She was given a 1-year ban from the sports after she cooperated with the authorities in an investigation. Well, we look at Mercy Genesis. Genesis, a freestyle wrestler, was stripped of her 2019 World Beach Games silver medal in the month of February 2021 due to an anti-doping rule violations. Samson Idiata, the Nigerian high jumper and long jumper, was stripped of his gold medalist, of course, in the long jump at the 2015 African Games after failing a drug test for what we call clenbuterol, and was banned for 4 years until 15 September 2019. Well, Ivory, of course, Nwokore, the powerlifter who won the gold medal in the women's 44 kilograms weight class at the 2012 Summer Paralympics in London, England, was fined 1,500 euros and banned for 2 years in 2013 after testing positive for what they call furosemide. Well, take a look at Gloria Amuchewosu. Gloria Amuchewosu, the women's 4x400 meters relay sprinter at the 2004 Summer Olympics, was suspected and was found guilty for doping by the International Athletics Association Federation. Then, after a doping test revealed that an elevated T&E ratio was identified in her body, and was banned for 2 years. Deborah Oluwasegun Odeyemi, she actually tested positive for the anabolic steroid methanol in a sample collected at the Nigerian Championships on the 30th of July 2015. Her results from the 2015 World Championships in athletics were annulled. That is cancelled, and she was handed 4 years ban from the sports. Amaka Ogebunamo, okay, she actually tested positive for the anabolic steroid methanol at the 2009 African Junior Athletics Championship, and that same year in the World Championships in athletics in Berlin, Germany, where she also tested positive for the same steroid and was subsequently received a 3-year doping ban from the sports at the age of 19. The ban ended on the 30th of July 2012. I have so many of them, and let me see if I can finish them, but there are so many Nigerians. Charlie Topora, I've talked about, let's talk about Charlie Topora, a former Nigerian track and field, was banned from the year 1992 to the year 1996 for a positive drug test. Well, Oludamola Bolanle Osayemi, she was actually the original winner of the 100 meters at the 2010 Commonwealth Games, but was stripped of her title and banned after her doping test came back positive. positive for the stimulant she actually took in. Well, we have a laureate also. The 2012 African Championships silver medalist tested positive for the anabolic steroid and was subsequently handed a 2-year ban from the sport. Blessing Odo, female weightlifter, won 3 medals in the women's 48 kilograms category at the 2007 All-African Games, but tested positive after the competition. Well, I've talked about Gloria Onome. These are Nigerians that were banned or actually caught in the scandal of doping in the past years. And I'm bringing up this question on the show this evening because I decided to look at it, and when I was doing my research, when I was going through the stories and rest of them, I was really speechless. And I want to ask one simple question on the show this evening. Before I ask that question, let me remind you that we are very much active on Facebook. We are live on Facebook at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. We are calling live on YouTube at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on our Facebook at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Like our page and drop your comment. Like our page and drop your comment. If you love what we do and you love me so much, go to our Facebook page, like the page, and drop that comment instantaneously. You can share your thoughts with us via WhatsApp. The number for the WhatsApp message is 0806 9992 999 0806 9992 999. You can download our app to listen to us, watch us live wherever you are around the world. You can log on to www.boss989fm.com. I will tell you the lines to call in the course of the show so that you will have amazing and a well-established conversation with us on the show this evening. Well, the question goes like this: is Nigeria a doping country? Simple. Going by the records available to me, going by the scandals, going by the bans and rest of them, is Nigeria a doping nation? There was a year we had more than 8 Nigerians, weightlifters, not really para weightlifters, able-bodied men and women, more than 8 of them, bound. Why? Because of doping. This one, let me use PG. This one, they say they were caught red-handed. They catch them. See, seriously, it's not a joke. They catch them, and I refuse to talk about. I refuse to speak in their favor because they were caught red-handed in the act. So the big question is Nigeria a doping country? This is the question I'm asking. Is Nigeria a doping country? There is only one country in Africa that I know that is a doping country, and that is Kenya. So has Nigeria joined? Is Nigeria a doping nation? Please, someone should help me on the show this evening. Catch us live on Facebook at Boss Radio 98.9 FM or want to like our page and drop that comment instantaneously. Get our app, of course, download it and listen to us, watch us live wherever you are around the world. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Boss Radio 98.9 FM and drop your comment. Log on to www.boss989fm.com. The calls are really coming. I can see too many calls, but calm down. I have not opened the phone lines yet. I will open the phone lines in the next few minutes, if I should use that word. So calm down, and the numbers to call when I open the phone line still remain 090-922-29922 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989 091-226-77989. These are the numbers to call us when we open the phone lines officially, so that you have amazing conversation with us on the show this very lovely evening. It's still Boss Sports on Boss Radio 98.9 FM. But I still remember yours sincerely, Osaze, your sports pilot. Alright, let me tell you what the sports minister is doing at the moment, and I must commend him for that. Though he's coming little late, but I must really commend him for that. In a bid to actually in a bid to boost the fight against doping in sports, Nigerian Sports Minister Senator John Owan Eno has vowed to push the submission of the National Anti-Doping Commission establishment bill to the Federal Executive Council and the National Assembly for ratification in the coming weeks. Okay, it's a good one, honestly. me, though it's coming rather late, a bit late, but I must really appreciate the sports minister for what he has actually put up so far. He's pushing for Nigeria to have an official bill signed into law by both the National Assembly and the executive, in making it illegal for Nigerians to get into doping, and seeing how we can help our athletes stay away from doping. Many of them don't know that some substances they take contains bad substances, and I don't know whether they have coaches. How experienced are their coaches? How well knowledgeable, the knowledge of the sports, their coaches, of course. I don't know how knowledgeable their coaches are, because one thing is to be a coach, to coach an athlete. Another thing is to have knowledge of the rules that guide the sports. When you are just a coach, probably you may be very good when it comes to technicalities and tactics and the rest of them, trying to help the athletes go, win laurels, win medals. But there is another side of it. You have to ask yourself, am I really knowledgeable enough when it comes to the laws, the do's and doings in this particular sport? Many of these athletes take these substances recommended to them by their various coaches, and when they get the hammer, their coaches always go scot-free, and that is where I'm very, very annoyed. I must really advise the AIU. I've been pushing for this. Definitely, I will actually bring it up to the notice of the current sports minister. Whenever an athlete is being caught cheating or maybe actually receive ban, they should go back to his or her coach and ask questions. What really happened? Because most of these athletes don't really get to take this substance alone. Most of them are being recommended to them by their coaches in order for them to do well, and whenever they do well, them and the coaches equally take the glory. So when these athletes face the ban, when they face the rod, when they face the hammer, they actually go in for it, but their coaches go scot-free. It is very, very appalling. You can't tell me that a driver who is actually driving a car, when the car gets accident, you say, okay, the driver is driving the car, and you say, you look at the car and say the car is not good, or maybe the car is good, you say, okay, this car should not be on the road, and you allow the driver to go scot-free. It doesn't really make sense at all. Honestly, to the best of my knowledge, the coaches are the driving force here. You can't tell me you're the coach of an athlete and you don't know what your athletes do. You don't know what your athletes does. It doesn't really make sense. If I'm a coach of an athlete, I must really be able to take good care of my athletes when it comes to health-wise, because if the athlete is being caught in the cheating act, is being banned or faces the rod, I see my name as being dented, because I value my name a lot, but most of these coaches don't value their names. Honestly, it's very, very bad, and I must advise the AIU, in as much they are punishing these athletes who are being caught in the act of doping scandal, make sure you actually take the investigation beyond them. Look at their coaches. How far, what is the relationship like? What advice, have these coaches been offering to these athletes? With these information, you'll be able to establish the fact that most of these athletes don't really get to commit this doping violation on their own. Most of the things they eat, most of the things they drink, most of the things they equally take into their body are being recommended by their coaches. But you may not really know. Sincerely speaking, I'm not really trying to exonerate these athletes, but I must advise the AIU, it's a win-2-2 issue. It should be a balanced case. Why you are punishing the athletes? What happened to the coaches? Are they really guilty? Are they really not guilty? Investigate them. If they're not guilty, fine. But if they are guilty, punish them. Share the same punishment, of course, between two parties. It doesn't really make sense at all when the athletes are being banned, the coaches go scot-free, and they are smiling, trying to get another outlet. They will actually ruin his or her career. Let me tell you the gospel truth. Until AI will start punishing these coaches, these athletes, scandal, doping issues will never stop in this particular world we are in. Definitely, I'm not really happy with what is going on, but let's hope and believe that things will definitely fall into place as we expect the athletic integrity unit to do the needful. And just like what the sports minister is doing, he's trying to kind of have a bill that will definitely stamp out the doping issues in Nigeria. And when social actually come into fruition, I must tell authoritatively that many Nigerians athletes will know that doping is bad and they will stay away from doping. Let's hope that things will be done appropriately. And those who are in charge to sanction this bill, sign this bill into law, the National Assembly, including the Federal Executive Council, they should do the needful by making sure that this particular bill is being signed into law, because it's not really good at all when we see our athletes being punished and the coaches actually go scot-free. I will never subscribe to that. So if they want me to subscribe to that, they should equally punish the coaches and make sure they have a strong bill that will fight against the doping issues in the country called Nigeria. Away from doping issues, let me tell you that it was a great news news for the women's basketball in the activities, of course, in Nigeria, after the Nigerian Basketball Federation President Engineer Musa Kida Ahmed, of course, announced that the sponsors of the Women's League, Zenith Bank, has decided to add the Division 1 to the league they will be sponsoring in the country. Where Engineer Kida actually disclosed this during the halftime of the last game of this year's Zenith Bank Women's Basketball League between Nigeria Customs and MFM. Of course, the ladies of MFM won this year's Women's Zenith Bank Basketball League title on 64 to 60 points. Of course, the tie ended initially on 58-58 before being kind of decided in overtime. Those two teams played out their heart. They actually went toe to toe. They went against each other's neck. They proved the points. They actually did fantastically well. They lived up to people's expectations. At the end of everything, the tie ended 58 to 58. And when the tie ended 58 to 58, we had just one alternative, which we called overtime. So the game was actually taken to overtime, and after the whole overtime, of course, a winner was actually kind of ascertained, which happens to be what we call the MFM. Of course, they had an amazing day, and we must really appreciate them for what they did. Congratulations to the organizers of this particular basketball women's league. I must really appreciate the president of the Nigerian Basketball Federation, Engineer Musa Ahmed Kida, for what he has been able to achieve, and of course recorded in the world of basketball in Nigeria. Basketball still remains the second most watched sports in Nigeria. After football, we get to see basketball, and after basketball, we get to see handball. But from the look of things, where cricket is really growing in Nigeria, cricket will definitely become the third most watched sports in Nigeria. There is no way cricket will leapfrog basketball. I can bet on anything, but whatever happens, let's actually give credit and give kudos to the Nigerian Cricket Federation. Remember, we are still live on Facebook at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Like our page and drop your comment instantaneously. We're equally live on YouTube at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and drop your comment. It is very, very imperative that you do so. You can get our app and download our app as well. Watch us live and listen to us live wherever you are around the world. You can log on to www.boss989fm.com. Share in touch with us via WhatsApp. The number for the WhatsApp messages is 0806 999 0806 999 999. You can call us on 090 922 29922 090 922 29922 or 09122677989 We have officially opened the phone lines right now, so you can make that calls right now, and we will gladly entertain your calls right away. Call us so that we will have amazing conversations. We return the show this evening. Let's take a look at the world of cricket here, because David Warner's superb 163 runs inspired Australia to a 62-run victory over Pakistan as they actually breathing life back into the World Cup campaign. Warner shared a start of 259 for the first-time wicket with Mitchell Marsh, who actually made 121 before Pakistan fought back. But a fast bowler Shaheen Afridi took 5 to 54 overs to help limit the Aussies to 367 minus 9 overs. So congratulations, sincerely speaking, to the Pakistan for that victory. I must really appreciate the Pakistani cricket team for doing the needful. Let me remind once again that the Rugby World Cup semi-finals between South Africa and England is gathering momentum. I can't wait to see the result of that particular contest. It will be taking place tomorrow. Let's hope and believe that South Africa will navigate their way against England. They are the defending champions of the Rugby World Cup. While you actually do your night prayers today, remember South Africa rugby team in your prayers. They are called the Springboks. Yes, of course, they are called the Springboks. Let's actually hope they will get their way past the England rugby national team. It is actually going to be a repeat of what happened in 2019 when South Africa defeated England rugby team to actually kind of emerge as winners of the Rugby 2019 World Cup. They are still the defending champions. They had it very, very hard against the host nation France in the quarterfinal stages before coming up to the semi-finals, and they are facing another unpredictable and tricky side. The England rugby team have not been doing well in this World Cup, but nothing is actually mission impossible. Every hostilities will be decided on the oval. And let me tell you guys, truth, it's a revenge game for England. But South Africa should not be carried away. They should not really underrate what the England rugby national team will bring into the party. They should go all out to make sure they destroy the England rugby team. Come tomorrow, being Saturday, the 21st of October, 2023. Olympic 1,500 meters champion Jacob and his elder brother Henrik already accused their father and former coach Gijert of being very aggressive and controlling. What they actually wrote a column off on the Norwegian website, and rest of them are not really happy with the activities going on between them and their father, who happens to be the coach. Well, that should be their personal business. They should actually sort it out and make sure they don't really watch the dirty lilies. Honestly, it doesn't really make sense to me. I will never get involved into that. Away from that, let me look at this tennis information before definitely we actually switch over to football issues. Former British number one Imara Raducanu says how provoking and the challenging questions could explain why she has had a high turnover of coaches. Well, the 2021 US Open winner split with her fifth coach in 2 years in June this year, when she actually decided to part ways with Sebastian Schach, and he said to confirm a new coach. Well, according to Imara Raducanu, and I really want to quote him words by words, I asked my coaches a lot of questions. On certain occasions, they have not really been able to actually keep up with the questions I've asked, and maybe that is why it ended. When the 20-year-old equally said, it is something I have always done. I keep provoking and ask questions to coaches and challenging their thinking as well. I'm not someone that you can just tell me what to do and I will do it. I need to understand why, and then I will do it. When Raducanu started her career with Niger CS, who actually left shortly after she reached the fourth round of Wimbledon in July 2021, before Andrew Richardson actually guided her to her famous victory at Flushing Meadows a couple of months later. Well, Toban Bez was appointed in November 2021 but left in the month of April 2022. Of course, he was actually replaced by Dmitry Tosanov, who actually warned of red flags and potential problems if Raducanu continued to listen to too many voices. Well, Raducanu has struggled to hit the levels she found herself when she won the US Open as an 18-year-old child, and has not really played since losing 6-6-1 against Jelena Ostapenko in Stuttgart in the month of April. Well, after undergoing surgery on both wrist and ankle in the month of May this year, Imara Raducanu is hoping to get back to the competition, of course to action, by the time the new season starts, which is going to be the month of January 2024 in what we call the first Grand Slam of the year. Also, now enough of non-football issues. I beg, let's actually devote time to football matters. Remember, we are very much active on Facebook. We are live on Facebook at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Like our page and drop your comment. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri, of course, and drop that comment instantaneously. You can call us on 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. Send us those WhatsApp messages on 0806-999299, and let's go straight to football issues on the show this evening. The National State Government has offered support to the Stars Football Club of Makurdi. The State Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Honorable Jafaru Ango, alongside the Permanent Secretary Baris Isaac Danladi, gave the encouragement during the team's training station at Lafia Township Stadium, where Ango actually urged the players and officials of the team to feel welcome in the state. The Stars have actually adopted the Lafia City Stadium as their home ground for this Nigerian Premier League season. The captain of the team, Daniel Asaka, assured that the players won't take the hospitality for granted. Lobby Stars will host Abia Warriors on March the 4th of the Nigerian Premier League this Saturday being tomorrow. So we are so happy with this kind gesture displayed, of course, to Nasarawa United. Of course, Lobby Stars rather, and it's very amazing if you ask me. Well, away from the issue of Lobby Stars, let's look at the Academy Warriors as they are preparing for the Nigerian National League new season, which is expected to kick off on the 28th of this month. Well, Academy Warriors coach Aliyu Zubairu has commended the Nigerian National League board for providing training and retraining opportunities for coaches. Where Zubairu was one of the 14 Nigerian National League coaches that participated at the just concluded refresher course at Remo Stars Stadium in, of course, Ikene in Ogun State, where the former Gobe United coach said the move will help to reposition the league. The 2023-2024 Nigerian National League season is expected to commence on the 20th of this month. As I stated earlier, I believe they will not really change the kickoff date for that particular game. All being equal, I will expect, of course, the league to start. And let's believe that the league will start on the 28th of this month, being next week, talking about the NNL. Well, Sporting Lagos have concluded plans to storm Ikene with a large number of supporters for Sunday's Southwest Derby against Remo Stars in the Nigeria Premier League Match Day 4. The Nigeria Premier League Match Day 4 encounter is slated for Remo Stars Stadium Ikene, where Sporting Lagos have made provisions for a round-trip bus at a subsidized rate for supporters willing to travel for the encounter, with the side also assured on the safety of the supporters to and fro the venue of the game. Both teams are meeting for the first time in the Nigerian Premier League. Paul of four side are winless in their last two games. The Remo Stars defeated Bayelsa United 2-1 in a away encounter last weekend. So let's hope that Paul of four side will definitely get back to the winning ways as they build to dislodge their rivals in what we call the West Southwest Derby. Let's take a look at the Facebook messages we have. Datisha Obieka, who says Chelsea will win Arsenal by 6-1. Okay, James. Okay, we have another one coming from James. James Opilo says, okay. It's like you actually wrote in Spanish. Whatever happens, okay. Okay, thanks so much for that message, James Opilo. And from that, let's actually tell you that you can still send your messages on our Facebook page at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Like our page and drop your comment at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Like our page and drop your comment. It is very imperative that you do so. Let's look at the WhatsApp messages we have. This one says, greetings, Boss FM. Greetings, Osaze. How are you doing today's evening, Osaze? I'm okay. What about you? I hope all is well with you, of course. Up Manchester United and stand. I always love my club, Manchester United. I pray for my darling club to win their game. Osaze, I love football so much. I love you, Osaze. Always keep up the good work, Osaze. Osaze, I'm not really feeling well. Okay, this and stop. Okay, I wish you a quick recovery. Jacob Di Maria, I wish you a quick recovery. I believe you will definitely get back to your faith, honestly, before tomorrow. Well, let me tell you something about Cristiano Ronaldo's song. Cristiano Ronaldo's Saudi Arabia club Al Nassr has signed his son to a youth contract and assigned him jersey number 7. Ronaldo Jr. left Manchester United youth team after his father's exit. He has been involved as well as both Juventus and Real Madrid youth team. So at the moment, Cristiano Ronaldo's son Ronaldo Jr. is now part of Al Nassr's youth team. So congratulations to him. But one question that I've been asking myself, for so many hours now is, where is it that whenever his father leaves, he follows his father? He was at Real Madrid, his father left, he left. Juventus, his father left, he left. Manchester United youth team, which happens to be one of the best youth teams in the world, he left because his father left. I don't know. So if his father leaves Saudi Arabia, he will call it leave. Can that actually help him develop very well? Is it not really affecting his developmental stages as a player? Well, only Cristiano Ronaldo will provide these answers, not me anyway. UEFA matches will not be played in Israel until further notice due to the ongoing conflict between her and a Palestinian militant group known as Hamas. It's a good one, a good decision as well taken by the Union of course, Union of European Football Association known as UEFA until normalcy returns to Israel and Palestine. I believe international matches will not really be taking place in Israel, even though the Israeli Football Association have already asked for their games to be played, of course, on a neutral venue. But if I said no, they've not really decided on that. They are still considering the option, but at the moment, Israel international games, especially when it comes to the UEFA Nations Cup qualifiers, is being suspended at the moment. on the mountain, run. Because the France Interior Minister Gerard Darmanin has accused the former Real Madrid hitman Karim Benzema of having links to the Muslim Brotherhood, which is classified as a terrorist organization. Oh my goodness, do you know what really happened? Karim Benzema took to his Twitter handle to actually share in the prayers of the Palestinian people and calling them that their prayers will be heard. Now the French Interior Minister took it upon himself accusing Benzema of having links with an organization classified as a terrorist organization known as Islamic Brotherhood, just because Benzema decided to identify with the Palestinian people based on what he actually wrote on his X handle, formerly known as Twitter handle. To me, I found it. I actually found it a kind of. I actually found it funny. Why would the French Interior Minister be accusing Karim Benzema of having links with terrorist organization just because he wrote on his X handle that they are really identifying, or he's really identifying with the pains, with the Palestinian pains of what is going on in Palestine. I don't see that as an issue, though the French Interior Minister went on to actually give instances where Karim Benzema refused to sing the French national anthem on international duty, and he actually tried to come up with different stories linking Karim Benzema to the terrorist organization. I think the French Interior Minister has nothing to do. I don't think he's a busy man. I think he should go and take up something, get himself busy, because I don't see anything wrong, with what Karim Benzema put up on his X handle. If you're following Karim Benzema on X, on X, go definitely and take a look at that and tell me if what Karim Benzema wrote was wrong or not. It was not really wrong. Okay, let me assume. I decided to say that I'm actually kind of sharing, or I'm identifying myself in the pains the Palestinian people are actually going through. Then you come and tag me that Osaze is having link, with a terrorist organization. Doesn't really make sense. Doesn't really make sense. In as much Israelis are going through actually going through pains, the Palestinians are equally going through pains. This is time for us to come together and seek for peace. Not really trying to say that this one is linked to Islamic Brotherhood or whatever. I don't really subscribe to that. So for the French Interior Minister, please get busy, okay? It seems as if your position is making you jobless. Get busy and stop getting involved into what are called frivolous things, unnecessary arguments with someone you should actually be a father figure to, and you're busy messing yourself around trying to accuse him, or kind of saying he's actually linked to Islamic Brotherhood, classified as a terrorist organization. Hello, French Interior Minister Gerard. Get busy, okay? You're still listening to Boss Sports on Boss Radio 98.9 FM. I still remember your sister, your Zaya Sports Pilot. We are very much live and active on Facebook at Boss Radio 98.9 FM. Like our page and drop your comment. You can get our app, download our app, listen to us, watch us live wherever you are around the world. You can definitely, of course, log on to www.boss989fm.com. I take that again, www.boss989fm.com. You can share your thoughts with us via WhatsApp. The number for the WhatsApp messages is 0806 392 399 0806 9992 999. You can call us on these numbers: 09092229922, 09092229922, or 09122677989, 09122677989. If you are finding it difficult to pull through or connect with us via telephone lines, why not make use of our WhatsApp channel? We will definitely read out your messages and tell the world what you are really talking about. Well, all is not really well with the organizers of the Ballon d'Or, because it seems many people are beginning to lose trust and kind of lose credibility in this particular one. I will tell you what's up. Hello, good evening. Okay, hello, good evening. Okay, talking about the Ballon d'Or issue, I wanted to talk about how England actually made it to the 2024 Euros Nations Cup, but I think I will not really talk about that. Let's talk about Ballon d'Or issue. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome to Boss Sports.
Yes.
Hello, may you meet you, please?
My name is Mike Joko.
Okay, where is Mike and Joko calling us from?
Joko.
Okay, where are you calling us from, please?
I'm calling from Amiaka.
Let's hear you.
Community in Java local government.
Okay, let's hear you, sir.
This is my first time of calling.
Wow. Wow, beautiful, my brother. Welcome to Boss Sports. Welcome to Boss Radio. Always keep listening to Boss Radio, okay? You are welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I only want to talk about Benzema's comment.
Okay, you are free.
Yes, Benzema, if you want to sympathize with the people that are listening, as you said about you're supposed to also talk about the Israelite.
Okay, that's good. Nice observation.
Yes. So talking about sympathizing with only the other people and leaving the other side. In fact, I shouldn't blame the minister.
Okay.
Who comment about that?
Okay.
He's a footballer. And I think his duty is to play. And if at all you want to sympathize, he'll be generous.
Okay.
So talking about only the other people and leaving the other side, everybody has right to accuse you.
You're right, brother.
So, he made a mistake by talking about one side. He feels that he's siding one side. There is nothing like if he should sympathize with the people who are in such conditions. That he must do it generally.
Okay.
Not to sympathize only one side. Even one side, just supporting them. So, my own humble opinion is that he made a mistake. If actually that is not a terrorist as the minister has said, he should be out and tell people truth.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He's present with this. So it's just like in Nigeria, when things are going, if you want to some people, some other people they are punishing, or to be asked, then you say, sorry, you say this. So I don't think that the minister has gone wrong.
Okay.
To me, he is correcting him.
Okay.
He is trying to make to understand that if you want to, there is nothing wrong in sympathizing, like I said.
Okay.
That you should be generous.
Okay.
Second, I love your program. Like as I said before, I'm a good listener.
Wow, thank you.
Morning, afternoon.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, sir.
I love it.
Thank you. We love you too. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
May God bless you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Joko. I believe many of you, will be asking me, Osaze, what really happened at Dar es Salaam today? I'm coming to that quickly. Let me read the Facebook message I have here. Daniel Levi says, good evening, Osaze. I heard that the tailor man that used to sue Manchester United Europa League jersey has been told to start working with immediate effect. If we don't put me for trouble, I beg me. I don't know what you guys they talk on. Well, quickly, let's look at the African football results we recorded this evening. It went down this evening at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam, where Zimba SC, the host team, played out to draw against Ali, the 11th-time CAF African Champions League winners. Of course, the game ended 2-2. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. Keep the scores coming 09092229922 or 09122677989. Now, who will be my last caller? Zimba AC and Ali played out a 2-2 draw at Dar es Salaam Stadium in Tanzania to open the official inauguration kickoff of the African Football League. More games will come tomorrow, and Nigerian representative Enyimba will be in action on Sunday, 7 p.m. Nigerian time against Wydad Casablanca of Morocco, of course, at Kosunababio International Stadium. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Saze, my brother.
Melody Choose, the king of Ehimambano.
The most electrifying man on radio.
I greet you, brotherly. How you doing?
Let me go straight there.
Yes, sir.
I watched one of the matches, though I didn't see the name of the people that are playing. I think that's the African Super League, what they're calling it.
Yes, African Football League. Zimba AC against Ali.
The one I watched was not impressive at all.
Are you for real?
The stadium, everything look. I don't know when Africa will just grow.
Are you for real?
I mean it. I watched a little bit of it and we just finish off and put another place. So Africa should learn. We don't have good pitches. We don't have good stadiums. You see people, even the substitutes. They were sitting in the hot sun.
Oh.
Nothing covering them. I don't know. Though I didn't see the name of the people that played, but I know that's late because it was live. Let them learn how to organize things in a good way. I don't know. I don't have much to say.
Thank you so much, brother.
We'll be watching and waiting for the people that will be playing from this night till Sunday or Monday.
Yes, we have some matches in the league. Spanish League and
let them win.
No wala.
Thank you and God bless you, my brother.
Thanks for calling. And that was the last caller on the show this evening. Before I call it a wrap, let me remind you that Argentina World Cup winner Alejandro Papu Gomez has been handed a 2-year ban for actually failing a drug test after he reportedly took his children's sickness syrup in the build-up to the tournament. Can you imagine? Gomez won the Mundial last December following a dramatic penalty shootout victory against France in the final. The information available to me has it that it emerged that Gomez failed a test for a prohibited substance shortly before the World Cup got underway in November 2022. He blamed the failed test on taking his children's sick syrup without consulting with the Sevilla's doctors after having a bad night's sleep. You see what I'm talking about? Well, I think I should go in for it. That's the most we can take on today's outing on Boss Sports. Of course, Boss Sports, Boss Radio 90.9 FM Owerri. May your sister, your Saze, your sports pilot. Good evening, bye-bye.
We don't play by the rules. We create them. Boss Radio 98.9 FM. Owerri.